Everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I've read the book Wind on the Haunted Hill by Ruskin, and this is part 3. In the last part of the story, we told you that Usha had to take shelter in the ruins because she couldn't get home before dark and a violent storm broke out. This is what happened after that. Alone in the ruins, Usha knew there was a corner where a piece of old roof had remained. That would give some shelter, and it would be better than trying to go on. In the dark, this howling wind, she had only to stray off the path to go over a rocky cliff edge. Ooh, howled the wind. Usha saw the wild plum tree swaying, bent double, its foliage thrashing against the ground. The broken walls did a little to stop the wind. She found her way into the abandoned building, helped by her memory of the place and the constant flicker of lightning. She began moving along the wall, hoping to reach the sheltered corner. She placed her hand flat against the stones and slided sideways. Her hand touched something soft and furry. She gave a startled cry and took her hand away. Her cry was answered by another cry, half snarl, half screech, and something leapt away in the darkness. It was only a wild cat. Usha realized this when she heard it. The cat lived in the ruins, and she would often see it. But for a moment she had been very frightened. Now she moved quickly along the wall until she heard the rain drumming on the remnant of the tin roof. Once under it, crouching in the corner, she found some shelter from the wind and the rain. Above her, the tin sheets groaned and clattered as if they would sail away at any moment. But they were held down by a solid branch of straggling old oak tree. Usha now remembered that across the empty room stood an old fireplace, and that would be an alcove under the closed chimney. Perhaps it would be drier than it was in her corner, but she would not attempt to find it just now. She would lose her way altogether. Her clothes were soaked and water streamed down her long black hair to form a puddle at her feet. She stamped her feet to keep them warm. She thought she heard a faint cry. Was it that cat again or an owl? But the sound of the storm blotted out all other sounds. There had been no time to think of ghosts, but now that she was in one place without any plans of venturing out anytime soon, she remembered grandfather's story about the lightning blasted ruins. She hoped and prayed that the lightning would not strike her while she took refuge here. Thunder boomed over the hills, and the lightning came quicker now, with only a few seconds between each burst. Then there was a bigger flash than most, and for a second or two, the entire ruin was lit up. A streak of blue sizzled along the wall and the floor of the building, in through one end and out the other. Usha was staring straight ahead. As the opposite wall was illuminated, she saw, crouching in the disused fireplace, two small figures. They could have only been the children. The ghostly figures looked up, staring back at Usha. Then everything was dark again. Usha's heart was in her mouth. She had seen, without a shadow of doubt, two ghostly creatures at the other side of the room, and she wasn't going to remain in that abandoned building a minute longer. She ran out of her corner towards the big gap in the wall through which she had entered. She was halfway across the open space when someone fell against her. She stumbled, got up, and bumped into something again. She gave a frightened scream. Somebody else screamed, and then there was a shout, a boy's shout, and Usha instantly recognized the voice. Suresh, Usha, Binya, it's me, it's us. They fell into each other's arms, so surprised and relieved that all they could do was laugh and giggle and repeat each other's names. Then Usha said, I thought you were ghosts. We thought you were a ghost, said Suresh. Come back under the roof, said Usha. They huddled together in the corner, chattering excitedly. When it grew dark, we came looking for you, said Binya, and then the storm broke. Shall we run back together? Asked Usha. I don't want to stay here any longer. We'll have to wait, said Binya. The path had fallen away at one place. It won't be safe in the dark in all this rain. Then we may have to wait till morning, said Suresh. I am feeling hungry. The wind and the rain continued, so did the thunder and lightning, but the three were not afraid now. They gave each other warmth and confidence. Even the ruins did not seem so forbidding. After an hour, the rain stopped, and although the wind continued to blow, it was now taking the clouds away, so that the thunder grew more distant. And then the wind too moved on, and all was silent. Who said goodbye? Towards dawn, the whistling thrush began to sing. Its sweet, broken notes flooded the rain washed ruins with music. Let's go, said Usha. Come on, said Suresh. I am hungry. As it grew lighter, they saw that the plum tree was standing upright again, although it had lost all its blossoms. They stood outside the ruins on the brow of the hill, watching the sky grow pink. A light breeze had sprung up. When they were some distance from the ruins, there Usha looked up and said, Can you see something there behind the wall like a hand waving? I can't see anything, said the Suresh. It's just the top of the plum tree, said Binya. They reached the path leading across the saddle of the hill. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Voices on the wind. Who said goodbye? Asked Usha. Not I, said Suresh. Not I, said Binya. I heard someone calling. It's only the wind. Usha looked back at the ruins. The sun had come up and was touching the top of the walls. The leaves of the plum tree shone. The thrush sat there singing. Come on, said Suresh. I am hungry. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Usha heard them calling. Or was it just the wind? This is the end of the story Wind on the Haunted Hill. But we'll bring you more lovely and interesting stories like this. If you like this story, please like, share and comment down below and subscribe to my channel to get more lovely and interesting stories like these. Thank you.